Okay, folks, this is part 2 of the cream soda special. So far, I've only done these 4. I have a lot more to go. Like I said, there's not going to be any introduction or anything. This is sampling platter, beer can thunderbolt, all that good stuff. Static X shirt. Let's jump right back into it. Right now, A&W is in the front. Signature Selects is second. Great Value way over here. And then A&W Cream Soda from Malaysia way the fuck over here. That's not my jam. Let's move on to another familiar one. We're going to do IBC. Now again, for me personally, I typically think of IBC as being maybe a little bit higher quality than A&W, but that's probably just my own bias. Let's give it a shot. Do you twist? You do! Hooray! Okay, let's give it a shot with the IBC. It's instantly better. I mean, it helps, to be fair. This is the first one I've done in a glass bottle. Glass bottles are the superior means of drinking soda and probably most cold things. They just are. So it has that running for it right now. This is a solid cream soda. It's not giving me everything I want out of a cream soda. I'd like a little bit more oomph. But it's more complex. It's got a little bit more going on than I feel like the A&W did. It's still, like, the Signature Select I enjoyed because I felt it had a little bit more of a punchy flavor. But I also brought up that it didn't taste like as clean as the A&W does. This, I feel, kind of has the best of these, where it's a little bit punchier than A&W, it's a little bit cleaner than the Signature Selects, and overall I feel like this does more for me as a cream soda. Yeah. I will say I didn't mention this before, I like the tail end of the A&W. It has a little something at the end that kind of leaves a little something for you to end off on. Okay, so yeah, IBC is presently the number one. I'm not expecting it to stay there, but we'll see how things go. Okay, what's another one we'll do? We'll do an international one. We'll do the Miranda Green Cream flavor soda. Again, this one's from Thailand, so it's our international one. Be interesting to see Thailand's take on cream soda. I remember, a number of years ago, I had a cream soda. I got it from a restaurant, and it was like some sort of ethnic restaurant. I can't remember what type off the top of my head, but I had a cream soda, and I want to say it was maybe Arabic or something like that. I wish I still knew. But I remember just thinking, wow, their cream soda tastes a lot like ours. So this one's green, though. Now, mind you, I didn't go over there and do any, like, red cream sodas or anything like that. Like, for instance, Big Red is a cream soda I like a lot, but it's definitely its own thing. They don't have, like, a standard version of Big Red. If they did, I would have included it. But, yeah, so. Okay. It has a scent. It definitely has a scent. And it's an interesting scent. Okay. All right. It took me a second to kind of think about it, which is sad because I was just talking about it. This reminds me a little bit of Big Red. There's definitely more going on to it than just a standard cream soda. If you've ever had Big Red soda, it almost has like a bubblegummy taste to it, which given the name, but it's not. I forget what it's actually flavored with, but this kind of reminds me of that, just not as good. It's okay. I appreciate that it's bringing something else to the table, but mostly all it's really doing for me is making me want some Big Red soda. And so it just feels like a lesser version of that. It's still tasty enough, but it's definitely nowhere near these. It's definitely more on this side of things. It's definitely better than the cream soda. The cream soda might even be off for all I can. I can't imagine cream soda would go that far off, though. I think that's like an intentional thing. It's definitely better than that. Is it better than the Great Value? It's more flavorful than the Great Value. I will say that. If I wanted a standard cream soda, I would go for the Great Value. But if I wanted something that actually offers a little bit more of an experience, I would go with this. So I'm going to put this ahead of the Great Value. I don't think it's necessarily a better cream soda, but I do think that it's a better overall experience. The Great Value just tastes cheap. This at least has something going for it that makes it stand out a little bit. So, the moment, it's going to go like that. Okay, let's do... You know what? Let's do the Stubborn. Stubborn Agave Vanilla Cream Soda. This one hopefully will be amazing. Like I said, it was recommended by one of my friends. I've had Stubborn soda before. They used to carry it at Kmart when Kmart still existed. And since then, I haven't really been able to find them, but I always enjoyed them when I had them. But I never had their cream soda. So, excuse me. It's got an okay aroma. Not as strong as like the Signature Selects or the A&W, but there's something there, which at least has me hopeful, because the one that just had no aroma was the Great Value. So, ooh, that's interesting. That is very unique. So in terms of flavor, the flavor is decent. I would say it's closer to these than to these, for sure. It has a really interesting drinking sensation, though. Instead of like a creaminess that you get like with these, there's like a dryness to it, which is really interesting. And that's really weird. Not in a bad way. I'm glad that it is doing what it's doing. It definitely leaves an impression. And the cream soda aspect of it is still pretty solid. Excuse me. It's flavorful. No weird aftertaste or anything like that. Yeah, okay. I can get why this was recommended. It is definitely not a standard vanilla cream soda experience. Now the question is, where does it fall compared to these? Now I'm guessing it's probably going to be more on point with the A&W than the IBC, but we'll see. It beats out the A&W. It's just got more going on with it. A&W, man, I mean, I'm just saying. Now, will it beat out the IBC? This is presently the front runner. Oh boy, a lot of soda drink. This is going to be an interesting one. I'm going to give it to the IBC. This is a very interesting cream soda. I like that a lot. This, however, for me, feels like a great benchmark of what a cream soda should be. This is doing interesting things that I like, but this, as a cream soda experience, is more what I personally expect. So, IBC. Whatever. Presently, Stubborn is number 2. Forward as much as I can. Okay, what other ones are we gonna do? Alright, we're gonna do Crush cream soda because it was right fucking there. This is the one from Canada. Let's see how Crush does with a cream soda. I typically like Crush. Crush Pineapple came up pretty high in the ranks in the pineapple soda video, so don't be super duper duper fizzy. It has a smell, but it's very different from the other ones that I've smelled. Let's give it a shot. It'll be interesting to see because as I learned with the Crush Pineapple, it wasn't just that it was a pineapple soda, it was a pineapple soda built on the Crush platform. Be interesting to see if this will be the same thing. That is super different. Yeah, I do think that this is another instance where it's not just that Crush went over there and made a cream soda, they made a Crush cream soda. And I like that they did that because it's different. It's different and it's very unique. This doesn't taste like anything else that I've had. Now, I will say, it's definitely not going to be at the top. It's definitely not beating out IBC or the Stubborn. That's not happening. But I do like that it's really interesting. Now the thing is, this is going to sound stupid, but trust me, there's method to my madness. It tastes more like a soda and less like a cream soda than the others. It's like in terms of, it almost feels a little bit kind of in spirit to the green cream, in that I feel like the green cream, well, it's what it does is fine. It's, you know, perfectly good at what it's doing. It's trying to be a soda first. That to me is kind of how the Crush feels. It's a Crush soda first, cream soda second. So it doesn't have the same depth of flavor or the same kind of like the creaminess that you would like with a cream soda, but it does offer something different from the rest of them, so that has to be taken into account. Where do you sit? Crush versus A&W. Nope. It doesn't beat the Crush. Or it doesn't beat the A&W. I'll try it against the Stubborn, but honestly, I think it's going to be behind the Stubborn. Or not the Stubborn, the Signature Select. Ooh. Ooh, okay. I'm glad I tried it because I was pretty confident until I went. Thing is, I like the Signature Select. I think in terms of a budget cream soda, is still doing very well. But as I'm having more of these and I'm tasting ones that have more going on, the flaws in this one are becoming more apparent. I'm going to do Crush. I think Crush is going to be in fourth. above the Signature Select. I think the Signature Select is a arguably better cream soda, but in terms of a drinking experience, I think the Crush ultimately wins out. The Signature Select, while still good, like I said, the more I'm having these other ones, the more it has this kind of, like it just, as I mentioned before, like it just doesn't taste as clean, I guess. It's very blunt in what it's doing. So, okay. All right, let's move on to another. There's still so many of them. All right, we're gonna do Barks. Okay, Barks. I love Barks as a root beer. Hopefully, I love it as a cream soda. I'm gonna try Dad's after that. We'll kind of. I think it's definitely the darkest of any of them, so hopefully it'll be the richest in flavor. It's definitely not the richest in terms of scent, so that didn't bode well for the great value. So hopefully it's not that. That is so disappointing. Wow. Okay. Bargs, you let me down. It's not outright bad. It's definitely still better than like these three over here. But the lack of scent was telling. It doesn't have a great depth of flavor. With their root beer, I feel like they really put the effort in. There's really something there. The cream soda feels like they just did cream soda for the sake of doing cream soda. Like, because we do root beer, let's do cream soda. There's an interesting sweetness to it, but it's just like all the flavors are just one thing. There's really not much going on. That is such a shame. I really was hoping for great things with that. All right. I'm going to give it oh so slightly over the edge over the Signature Select, but not by a lot. This one was hugely disappointing. So I really hope that the Dad's doesn't run that same thing. So Dad's, please be good. Right off the bat, it has a better scent. So that's got me at least somewhat hopeful. It's definitely better than the Bargs by a good margin. It's a solid enough cream soda. But again, kind of like with the Bargs, it's not as good as I would have hoped from Dad's. Dad's has such a unique flavor as a root beer. It's such its own thing. This, it's okay. It has a decent vanilla flavor to it. I'll give it that. And it's got a pretty decent sweetness to it. But it's lacking oomph, it's lacking complexity. So, you're going to fall above the Bargs. That much is for sure. Let's compare you to the A&W. You know what? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Despite being a little bit disappointing, I am going to say, okay. Okay. I'm going to say that it beats out the A&W. Maybe not by miles, but it... Yeah, I think this overall has more... It's still not what I would consider a great cream soda by any means, but what it does, I think it's just a more pleasurable experience than the classic A&W cream soda. So I'm gonna give it to that one. All right, Dad's is at number 3, but I will say it's still really anybody's game. Right now, the IBC is still holding on. Stubborn has a pretty solid spot. After that, though, excuse me, it's really up in the air. Because the Dads, I gave it the number 3 spot, but I wouldn't say that it's a number 3 soda, number 3 cream soda. So let's try Henry Vinard's Vanilla Cream Gourmet Soda. Oh, where am I at? Oh, like 20 some odd minutes. Still got so many to go. This is probably going to be a 4-parter. It's probably going to be the last one for this one. Jesus Christ. Why did I undertake this? This one has the richest depth of scent. So it'll be interesting to see how it holds up. Established in 1855, natural and artificial flavors. Made with cane sugar. Let's see. That is so much different, it's ridiculous. Yeah, like that is worlds apart different than most of these. You can taste kind of the more old-fashioned style. You can taste that the sweetness is different. Okay. Now the question is that a good thing or a bad thing when we're talking about all this stuff? And the answer is both. I like that it's more complex. I like that it has a different type of sweetness. I like that it leaves an impact. However, some of the sweetness takes on a borderline bitterness to it, kind of at the end. I'm not huge into that. For me, it, kind of, the cream soda kind of had that problem, like, way, way worse. This one, not as bad, anywhere close to that. Okay. I'm not even going to compare it. I'm going to say right now, this is in 4th place. I enjoy what it's doing on some levels, on other levels not as much. I think it gives more than the A&W, but I think that the Dads would be a more preferable drinking experience for me. So, alright. That's going to do me on part 2. I'm going to try to get through the rest on part 3. It might be part 4. Plus, I need to pee so bad it's ridiculous. I'll be back in a bit, folks. Yep.